to start the show. The Good Life with DT. It's Nicole. Welcome to the Good Life.
You are now listening to the Good Life Podcast.
Good Life. Good Life. These boys are crazy.
You are now listening to the Good Life Podcast.
Good Life. What?
What up, Nicole?
Yo, DT, what's poppin'?
What's poppin', homie?
We're at Sozo.
Sozo Coffeehouse drinking what is it? A mocha peanut butter?
Yeah, it's a mocha peanut butter, and I think everybody in the band that we have loves the mocha peanut butter.
Yeah, one of them tried to go the other way, and we had to talk him out of
We
it.
said, what are you, a freak?
Yeah, he said, I just want a normal iced coffee.
Yeah, weirdo.
Like, what is that, just black,
Right?
cold
Yeah, weird.
mix?
That's freaky stuff right there. That's why we go peanut butter.
Hey, man, I'm stoked to have these guys here, man. I got to see them for the first time. I had no idea who they were. They opened up for Grayscale. I didn't even know they were from fucking Omaha. They were so good live, and that's a big thing to me, you know, seeing a band live and watching them just kill it. We got Feel Good here today,
We do.
man.
Hey, feel good.
So we got the whole band. So let's just start it out. Everyone go around, introduce yourselves, what you do in the band.
For sure. What's up? My name is Mary, and I am our vocalist, and I do lyrics and social media and stuff.
My name is Mac. I play the piano.
My name is Drew. I play the drums and hit things.
My name is Mark. I play guitar and have tattoos and look cool and stuff.
That's valid.
My name is Tanner. I do bass. I slap it, and I do all of the production, mixing, mastering, and stuff like that for Feel Good.
Hell yeah. I'm going to call him Daddy Longlegs.
Which one?
Daddy Longlegs. I'm not giving him a name.
It's obvious.
The guy that's towering. This is on video, so I think everyone's going to see the video. So if I say it, you're going to be like, which one? And they're like, the fucking Iron Giant over there, dude. The one that's towering over everybody. No, man, we are stoked to have you guys. We get to hear some sneak peeks for the podcast here.
Yeah, they got new music coming out. 28th. I'm really excited for this one. We just heard it, and I'm like, man, this is clean. And then you said about the second one that's going to be dropped on July 4th. You said it was nasty. And to me, I think this band is just full of strategy, and they have no idea. Unless they do. I mean, like, everything has a purpose behind it, and that's what excites me about you guys. Like, you have all bases covered.
We do our best. DIY is the name of the game, for sure. Yeah. We do our best to... like you said, find a purpose with everything. I think that's like the beauty of music as a whole is you can find a lot of purpose for yourself, and you can have people relate to stuff that in a way that you never intended. People will find purpose where they need purpose, and that's like the coolest thing.
For sure. Spicoli wanted to ask you guys something and put you on the spot. Oof.
What you got?
Oof. We're talking like a week apart from each other here, but this is going to have to be a band decision right here in this room.
This is something that you guys got to decide on the spot. Hopefully we can get some good feedback.
Because if they say no,
then we just end
this
the
shit's
podcast.
done,
Yeah.
son.
Yeah, we'll just end
This
the
shit is
podcast.
Sopranos. It's over.
So I don't know if you guys know, but we're celebrating our 1 year anniversary on July 27th at Maloney's.
And it sold out,
it
what,
sold,
3 hours?
Yeah, it sold out in like a couple hours.
Nice.
We were wondering if you guys would like to entertain the crowd and rock the mic.
Ooh.
It's a week after 4 wins.
I mean,
July 27th?
27th?
7/27.
Oh my gosh.
27th.
It's already sold out.
Putting us on the
Dude,
spot.
Okay, hold on. Let me look
Check
at
the
this.
cows.
We're not
Check
even
the
editing this part
sketch.
out. Because if it comes down to, oh man, I'm at a bachelor party, be like, yo, fuck your friend, son.
Say,
Good friends, son.
I'll make it work.
Yeah, July 27th.
He's in. We got one.
Yeah.
We got 2.
We got an in. I'm in.
3, 4.
I'll figure it
Daddy
out.
Longlegs.
Let's do it.
Feel Good's playing the
Daddy
fucking
Longlegs,
1 year
Drew.
bands, baby. Hell yeah, man.
Very
Woo.
cool.
Well, that's it. We don't need to talk to you anymore. We can finish this up at 7:27.
Well, that was fun.
I'm just kidding.
Thank you so much. It was great to be here.
That's gonna be a badass lineup, man.
We love Haven 21.
Yeah, I'll say Haven 21's doing a 20-year anniversary. West of Wendover, Public Figures playing. Alieska, obviously Alieska's playing, man.
Oh,
These
yeah.
are like all of our buddies.
Yeah,
this is
really good
perfect.
friends.
Dream team.
Yeah,
This
for
is-
real.
Yeah, Omaha Dream Team, right? Like that's
Ooh.
that's a
And then who
my
else we
favorite
got?
Omaha.
My branding
Justice
brain.
Strawstone's group in Surreal.
Oh,
Public
hell yeah.
Popularity Contest, Fate Nefarious,
Oh my god.
Virgin Mary Pistol Grip,
Oh,
yeah.
those guys are cool too.
and then comedians.
Yes, and then we're going to have comedians. We have Jason Knott and comedian Ben Webb. And earlier we were talking to you, Drew, and you were saying one of the first shows you ever opened up, you were playing with Haven 21. Is that right?
No, actually, the first show I went to as a little teeny bopper
Okay.
when I was in 7th grade, I went to the old place, The Rock in Papillion, if you remember that place. And yeah, that was my first concert. I just convinced my parents to let me go out on I think it was on a Saturday night.
How old are you?
I was like 13 or 14.
How many times did you go to the Rock? Did you go often or not very often?
I went a handful of times.
So this is gonna sound crazy. So like back in the day, dude, I was like the Machine Gun Kelly of the emo scene. Like
I can see that.
I did hip hop. And so at the Rock,
I thought you
I would
meant
open up
you
for
had
all the
like
rock
blonde
bands.
hair and tattoos.
No, dude, I did hip hop back then, and so like with Go Crash Audio and all those dudes, I would always
no
open
shit.
the show with
Sounds
hip
super
hop.
familiar.
Yeah, dude, that was me, but I was a
How
little
long were you
skinnier.
in the hip hop?
I don't know. I used to come on your radio show, dude, when they did hip hop.
Yeah, 5 years?
Fuck, dude, yeah, 5 or 6 years, and then I did stand up comedy after that for like 6 years.
No kidding.
Yeah. I gotta plug this real quick, man, because it's pretty dope. Blake Coddington, aka Letdown, is blowing me up right now because I just sent him your guys' music, and
Oh,
he's
really?
blown the fuck away.
Oh, nice.
Glad he
That's
likes
cool,
it.
man.
Dude,
It's super
that's
cool.
awesome.
Appreciate
not just
you
us?
connecting us.
He said they kind of rip.
Hey, we'll take that.
And I think I said the same thing too when DT sent me the link to listen to you guys. I was like, whoa, this is kind of different. And I love the vibes that you guys are giving. And just kind of talk about your inspirations, like who really inspires you. Because when a lot of people hear you, they think of one band right away.
I am going to let Max speak to this because he is, like we said earlier, he is the mastermind behind a lot of the actual music itself. So,
Yeah, we call Mac our composer.
Composer Max.
The composer.
Mac.
I would say Mayday Parade for sure. It's probably the number one inspiration. Go Radio, oddly enough, because I feel like A Lesson in Romantics, and then, you know, the stuff that came from Go Radio after that.
I literally just sent Sean Forever Your Father by Go Radio. And I said, you need to do a piano song. He's like, I've never heard this. Like, Go Radio
yeah.
is like, it's up there with Mayday for me too, dude. Obviously,
Nice.
it's the same.
Yeah.
It's the original Mayday guy.
Yeah.
We used to cry to that song together.
It's so fucking good. The piano one, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
I mean, both of them are cool, but
Yeah, they
the piano ones.
I'm an emo dude.
Yeah.
And his
Getting your
sister
feels.
singing on it too.
Oh, is that who that is?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And his little
Pastor.
brother too.
Yep, yep,
Yeah, his
yep.
little brother has
kidding.
Stages and Stereos is another band that you should listen to them.
So
That's
is
cool,
like,
man.
what are your dream shows opening for Mayday?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
We're sold.
Everyone
We
does
may
the
have to try to do some
Paramore.
work for him, man. Not saying I can't promise that shit, but I mean, I know I got connections with him somewhat.
Hey,
so.
you said it. You said it live.
Hey, we speak shit into existence, man. We really do. We really do.
Yes.
That's crazy, man. Yeah, and Mayday is like, as soon as I heard your music, that's what I thought of. At first, it was like, okay, it's a girl singer. You know, it reminds me of Paramore. And the more I listened to it, I was like, all the breakdowns and everything. I was like, nah, that's more Mayday with
That's
like
awesome.
a female singer. I love it, dude.
Yeah, appreciate that a lot. But other than Mayday, I mean, like even My Chemical Romance, Taking Back Sunday, and Paramore. You know, everyone always says Paramore, but
Well, yeah, she sounds
know,
like Haley.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I mean that's a huge compliment too. That's a hard voice to sound like. So I mean, you take Mayday music with Haley over it, and all of a sudden it's fucking bangers, dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Other than that, I mean, just you know the emo ballad style stuff that came when I was a kid. That's the stuff I grew up on. But there's a lot of other inspirations throughout the band too.
Yeah, I mean, like a lot of the stuff is like Mac will have an idea, jump on the piano, and it's just like the guys chilling for a minute. Mary's hanging out. We usually take some shots or something. And yeah, we just like hear it, and like I feel like me and Mac had a very similar like inspiration as far as like what we listen to music wise. I had a large like influence in metal too.
speak on that. Speak on it. Talk that shit, King. Who's the metal?
Say more.
Because I'm a
Say
big
more.
metalhead too. So it's
okay.
Spicoli.
So like, I mean, I guess like I like metal for a lot of different reasons because the production is like so in depth. So like a lot of people will have like opinions on like Sleep Token. I love them for their production value, but like I also grew up like, I mean, obviously like Slipknot was the first metal band that I was really like into, but like I mean, Fit for an Autopsy, like Knocked Loose, like everything. Like I don't know if you ever heard of a band called Dealer. Have I heard of Dealer? Dude, go listen to Dealer. It'll blow your brains out because it's the sound is so
In the best way.
it is so dense. Like the music is so dense because like I'm just an fidelity kind of guy. Like, so like when I work on like feel good stuff, like I try to take some of those production elements of like, how can we make this sound light as a feather but still be dense in sound? And that comes out in like soundscapes, right? So like when you hear like our breakdowns are usually really like clean, but there's just a lot of atmospheric like ear candy and like fun stuff because you get it from like, that's like the metal side of me being like, I want to fill this. I don't want absence of sound. I want it to be filled. I want it to have weight, but it like comes in like some sort of like atmospheric light, like lightness. But yeah, a lot of that just is Mac jumping on the keys, me hearing something. I pick up a bass. I do guitar with Mark too, and like it'll be like oftentimes like me and him riffing ideas off each other, being like, okay, like what do we like? What's the structure, and then what do we do past that? And like that's like really the foundation of how it starts.
Let me ask you this though: like you guys seem to have really good chemistry. Do you guys ever have a difference of opinion?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Do you think that brings you closer together?
I think with true collaboration, like there's always going to be difference of opinion, and I think what our mentality that like we really thrive in is we kind of have the ideality of like checking your ego at the door, you know. So like if we all are working on a song together, like we all obviously we're all musicians, and the other thing too is a lot of us have been in other bands and had other influences throughout our journey before we became, you know, Feel Good. And a lot of times I feel like when we're working on a song, we'll get to this point where, you know, like Tanner will have an idea on the guitar and then Mark will be like, oh, I'm hearing this. And at first, like sometimes even some of us will be like, no, like I don't think that's going to work. And then, you know, we'll always hear each other out. And a lot of times we always go with like kind of the latter decision on something. We'll try to push the envelope, be like, oh, we already did that in a song, you know, a year ago. Let's do it different this time. So I think it really does breathe like a true collaboration.
We'll be back after a quick break.
The Good Life Podcast with DT and Spicoli, proud to be partnered up with Sharf Painting. Over 16 years experience and family owned for 3. Put trusted hands on your interior and exterior painting needs. With summertime around the corner, have Sharf power wash your deck, stain your fence, and get 10% off. Now's the time to get outdoor ready. Sharf Painting. Reach out to them on Facebook for a bid. Sharf Painting LLC. That's SCHARFF Painting LLC. Or sharfpainting@gmail.com. You can also call 402-637-9342.
Yeah, like my background for guitar was just like rhythm. So like this band really like challenged me, and like especially Tanner, he's just an all-around Swiss Army knife.
Totally.
He pushes the envelope, and it's made me like just a better musician and all that stuff. But I think for me, it's just like what I try to bring with my guitar is like attention. Like I have a huge influence from The Story so far. That's like my #1 favorite band. Love their new album. It's awesome.
You gonna go see it when they're coming?
Oh yeah.
With Day to Remember, right?
Yes. I just my buddy Corey, me and him were texting about it. I'm going.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, they're a big influence. He mentioned Mike Hem. A lot of like Mac, I joke about this, but in the studio, Mac will be like, Mark's octaves, baby. Like, let's go. That's the sauce. But like, that's where the tension comes in, right? So that's something that I just always bring to the table. But then with the leads and stuff like that, Tanner will always challenge me, or I'll come up with an idea, and he's like, it's almost there. Try this. And then I'm like, oh, there it is. There it is. It's a tapping part or a solo or whatever it is. And it's just awesome. It's true collaboration. So
hell yeah. So the fun part about a podcast is like usually you have to be super humble. You don't get to brag about shit. Let's brag it away. So you guys opened up for some fucking cool ass bands. Obviously, like we talked about, Grayscale is one of my favorites.
Yeah, that was awesome.
What others have you guys done that's been like, holy shit, that was amazing? Here we go.
Go ahead, Tanner.
We got to open up for the Dangerous Summer.
I was gonna say that too.
Hell
Yeah.
It's one of our first shows.
Yeah, like
really.
Yeah,
that was
somehow.
Fell into our
Not sure
lap.
how that we got that, but glad we did.
We've always
We got that
been-
because of Haven 21.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, that's
That
right.
is right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
they weren't able to play it.
Christian Skirmont, that's right.
Yeah.
Yes,
My
you're totally
boy
right.
Skirmont.
Yeah.
They weren't able to play it, and they had heard about us, and they suggested.
We played. It was
Yes,
right after
you're
we played
totally
it
right.
with
Yep.
Emo Night.
We did
Yeah.
their album release show.
Yeah, we did their album release show. Yeah.
Yeah,
That
for
was-
Haven 21.
Yeah,
I swear to God, Skirmont gets plugged on every fucking podcast.
he's connected.
6 degrees of
Did you-
Skirmont.
Did you see he just made it to ESPN?
No shit.
I saw that.
College World Series?
No,
Or?
was
him
for
and his
the
wife
video.
are out putt golfing, and he made some fucking
Oh, I
crazy ass
saw
shot.
that.
It was wild.
Yeah, and I texted him on, and I was like, of course, of all the fucking people, you made it to fucking ESPN. He looks like he's
That's
on the road with I
hilarious.
Prevail. He's got his long ass hair and he's wearing all black and shit. Fucking
funny.
Skirmont, dude.
Oh, he's a great dude. Yeah, I'm so glad you remembered that, Drew. Yes, huge shout out to him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was super
cool.
fun.
He's incredible. But Dangerous Summer was great, man. We it was at Barnado, and that was a good show. It was cool, and like those guys were just super down to earth. Like that was a band where like I was listening to Permanent Rain in high school. Like,
Same.
Oh yeah, like it was just like once the moment like my buddy like moved from Texas up to here because I'm originally from Houston,
Okay.
and he was like, I was like one of the first shows he ever went to ours, and I was like, hey, that band we used to love in high school is gonna be playing, like let's go. And so we got to like talk to them, and they're just the nicest guys. Played the coolest, like most like intimate set at that place because it's just set up to be an intimate like environment.
Yeah.
It was an awesome show. It was so fun. One
So-
of my favorites.
Between Dangerous Summer and Grayscale, which one was more fun? Dangerous Summer then for you, obviously.
I mean, that's a tough one. Dangerous Summer was more intimate.
Yeah.
Like I feel like it grabbed my heartstrings.
And Grayscale was on like a Tuesday, wasn't it?
Grayscale was
was.
on.
That was a
Tuesday.
hard pull, man.
Grayscale was just such a blast.
That was a
Plus,
party. That was
meeting
fun.
all of them was super surreal. Like before the show, I was walking around like kind of like trying to find them because I'm a huge fan of them. I've been listening to them since like 2016. And I walked into the other green room that apparently no one knew about.
Yeah, that was
That
a
was
fun
news to me,
surprise,
too.
and it had
So-
like free alcohol in it.
Yeah.
We were
Super
pissed when we
weird.
found that out.
Yeah, I guess if anyone doesn't know, there's a secret. Oh, whoa.
Don't break the secret.
Anyway.
Damn it, Daddy Long Legs.
I know, jeez, can't take me anywhere. But anyway, it was funny. So I walk into the green room that they were in, and I have like all my camera gear on me and stuff, and I walk in and I'm like, oh, this isn't where I parked my car. Oh, you guys are Grayscale. Did that little bit, and yeah, they were like super cool. Like Colin, the singer, he just started talking to me like pretty much the whole night, and it was really cool to like meet people that you've like looked up to and like you're like listening to their music on a daily basis, and just to meet them on that level and realize like, oh, they're all just like normal people too. But it was really cool.
Yeah, that's exciting. And then getting to play those shows and make those connections and interact with them and see how they do it. You can learn so much from bands like that who have been around a long time. What's like your big takeaway from opening up and like getting to meet them? What did they say? Or did you learn anything from them that like you use in your own way?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like in general, just like the type of performance they put on. I mean, they had the crowd engaged at every single moment, and I think we just take a lot away from that as far as just like looking up to them and just approaching that with our practice with when we do get together to jam like that. We're just like thinking like, all right, well, this may be what we're hearing, but like what are they seeing out there on in the crowd and everything. And I mean, they just put on a killer show, and on Tuesday night in Omaha, so.
I would say what I've learned the most from playing with bigger bands is how important it is to stay humble and to stay true to who you are and stay authentic. And you're never too big for anyone. If, especially like seeing on the flip side, I've seen a VIP experience go not exactly
Yep, I know
as
what you're talking about.
smoothly.
Can we talk some shit?
Spill the tea. Spill the tea. Spill the tea. We don't have to say the band name.
Yeah, we don't say the band name.
Call them out. I will tell you.
No.
I've seen people like Derek Sanders at the end of a Mayday Parade tour who is so fucking tired, and you can tell all he wants to do is go on that tour bus and not spend any time with fans that have been waiting for hours. But he gets out there, he talks to them. Not that we've opened for Mayday Parade, but speaking it into existence, when we do, I know that Derek Sanders will be out there talking to people. And we had a very different experience when we opened for the band Who Shall Not Be Named, even though we already did.
I'll
Icon for Hire.
bleep it out. People are gonna be pissed, but I'll bleep it out.
Oh, yeah.
But
Good,
they,
Yeah, I'll bleep
We'll
it
let
out.
the
don't worry.
comments.
They
There'll be
had-
people who were at that show.
Yeah, we'll let them talk that
we'll
shit.
let them talk it. But
I'll
they
say-
know. If
they
you know,
know.
you know.
I'll say this about Mayday, man. So I was at I Was for Lovers last year, and they couldn't do a podcast before the show. And then their manager was like, "Do you just want to do it at Stir?" And I was like, "In person?" And he was like, "Yeah, that's cool." And so before the podcast, Derek was sitting out front of Ameristar on a bench just chilling. And everybody was in the show, like partying. And so I was like, "Are you Derek?" And he's like, "Yeah, what's up, dude?" And I was like, because Skirmont used to be their tour manager.
Yeah.
So I always drop Skirmont's name. He knows I do it. I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I'm really good friends with Skirmont." He's like, "No shit." And so then I got to go backstage. And at I Was for Lovers, obviously, there's fucking a shit ton of bands, right?
oh yeah.
So me and Alex sat down, we did the podcast, and then I can't remember all their names, but like the lead singer Amber Lynn, I was hanging out with him. Red Jumpsuit, obviously JT from Hawthorne. I've met him multiple times, but like, dude, Mayday is like super fucking cool people. That Alex dude is rips at guitar too. Oh my god.
Well, seeing, you know, how they treat their fans, and then the band that we opened for that is significantly less popular, if you will, they had a VIP meet and greet, had people waiting like 30 minutes past when it was supposed to start, and only half of them came out of their bus, and just like, man, this is a note to self.
It was like this
Stay
is the
humble.
experience that blew my mind. Is they put up this little like what do you call them, like a skirt of like whatever,
A scrim.
scrim. There we go. They had a scrim. It was, oh yeah, come take a picture and you can buy our merch early.
Oh
And-
yeah, early access to merch. Like what
Yeah.
bullshit is that?
And then
That
You're
was
giving us
the
an earlier
VIP.
chance to spend money?
Yeah.
yeah.
I already spent money to do it, you fucking asshole.
I was like, they was like, it was like a decent enough time after COVID where they had like multiple hand washing stations and stay away from me. And
Yeah.
like, it was very like, oh man, I mean, I get it. You're on tour, like, right? Like you don't want to get sick, but also it just in combination of everything else, it just felt like, ew, don't touch me. Go buy my merch and leave me alone.
So Swaco ghosted us. The first podcast.
Oh, no.
We
Oh, my
God.
like we were sitting there and like it was the first time I'd ever been ghosted.
Yeah.
And
Were
so
you
I was-
heartbroken?
Oh yeah. Oh, dude, I love that was
Swaco
like
the other day you had a dream about.
it's probably like our first
No, I saw him at he was doing a thing with Colin Britton. And I was in a live stream.
Dude, Colin Britton's fucking amazing.
Oh yeah, dude.
That's who
like,
did Story of the Year's new shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, Swaco was like our fourth podcast. It was like otherwise Adam Ramey from Dropout Kings, and then I got Tommy Vexed, that was fun.
Yeah.
That was a moment.
Yeah, it was a moment. Yeah. And then it was Swaco. You know what I'm saying? And like me and him were just starting and like trying our hardest to get guests and like big ones, and we landed Swaco, and I was like, oh, that's a pretty fucking big one. And we're both sitting on the Zoom call and like nothing. And he was like, hey man, this happens, don't give up. And I was like, fuck, like so mad, dude. But then like he came back on, and that was probably one of the coolest moments we've had on the podcast when he came to Omaha. And then we went and hung out with him. Dude, he was cool as shit, man.
Yeah, he seems to be the kind of guy like who would have a legitimate reason to like no call, no show.
Yeah, he was moving.
Okay, yeah, he was probably dating
But you
some
know,
stuff.
we've had other people ghost us that we won't say their band name, and
The one thing that's like funny about like, you know, after being, you know, doing all these interviews for like 20 plus years, just learning that sometimes it just doesn't happen and you can't give up on that person because of schedules, you know, and time zones. And I always brainwash David with Central Standard Time. And sometimes
Oh
he
my
forgets
God,
that
dude.
we're in Central Standard Time and they might be in Pacific Time.
Yeah.
bro, I did a podcast at 10 o'clock the other night, or like 2 weeks ago, because I thought, dude, I was like fucking so busy. And I was like, yeah, 8 p.m. Pacific Central Time or whatever. And I was like, that's 6 o'clock our time. So I'm sitting there on the podcast and I'm like, oh no.
Flip-flop.
And my wife's like, I like came upstairs. She's like, what? Did they not show up? And I was like, I got to go back down at 10 o'clock. I was like, they're 2 hours behind us. So
Yeah.
that
And
was fun.
So I always say what you give them, they get one free pass. And then they get another one. Then after that, after the third time, we're like, nah, we'll just kind of put them on pause for a little bit.
I'm on your page. Like I'm not like a burn bridges like kind of guy. I try to avoid it, but there's some bridges that lead to some places that you're just like, I'd rather stay away. So
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
you know,
We've gone down a lot of those fucking bridges, man.
We've done some bridges. We've been ups and downs, lefts and rights, but we've done some things.
But me and you're like, you know what? I think we're done with this shit, man.
Yeah, but
I will say though about that one show with the band that should not be named, there was a band that played with them called Hook Like Helen, and they were awesome.
Hook Like Helen?
Yes, massive shout out. They're the coolest.
Really good stage performance, good vibe, good music, and they let Drew, who does video, shoot some video and just chatted with us after, and was just super.
Oh, I forgot about that too. They were weird about Drew shooting footage. They were like, no, he can't.
Not Hook Like Helen. The band.
No, not Hook Like Helen. The band who should not be named.
So on that story, what he was talking about is the band who should not be mentioned. Like anytime, since I do videography,
Spicoli's gonna have a fucking seizure over here, dude. You keep saying that. I'm telling you, bro. Dude, he legit told me he was gonna quit the podcast when I did one time. He's like, if you pull that shit again, I'll quit this fucking podcast.
Stop spilling the tea.
I say that because, okay, everybody wants to know the cool stuff off the air.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, no, we never talk about the cool stuff off the air because that like discludes people. So if you're going to say it off the air, if you're on with me, you better say it on the air. That's always been my philosophy.
That's good philosophy.
I can
Because
see that,
everybody
yeah.
wants to know what you're talking about off the air, and then people feel left out, and nobody wants to feel left out. So that's what I'm saying. Like, just say it on the air. Say it on the air.
Honestly, we could say the name of the band and also say we don't know what their tour leading up to that night could have been like. They might have been super tired. That might not be their status quo. You know, it might have just been a bad night. The band name.
I will say I asked them to come on,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
and they read it and didn't respond.
Wow. Okay, so maybe
that
it's
checks
not.
out.
Get him, Mary. Get him.
Yeah.
Mary's
No,
like-
I mean Mac is super right. You know, you don't know what's going on behind the scenes, and you can't judge someone based off of one action. And people aren't what they do, but when it's a series of behaviors, you can
That's true.
you can make your own decisions about it, I guess. But that was our experience at
Yeah.
least. So
Shit, let's get back to feel good. This is the fun thing about podcasts. We can just go.
Yeah.
you know,
it's
one
true.
thing, if you do want to bring it back to feel good, Hooked Like Helen, I think one of the reasons that we liked them so much and got along with them so well, I feel like the message behind their music is similar to ours. It's a lot about like self-love and taking care of yourself and loving outwards. And although we're talking a lot of shit, we really do try to be really good, kind people, and that is kind of our goal at the end of the day, is to just be good, be kind, tell people you love that you love them. That's kind of like our tagline.
I will say something about you guys, and this is a huge compliment, man, because usually what happens is you find a band, you know, on Spotify or something, and you hear the music, and they're like, oh, they're really good, and then you go see them live, and you're like, oh, they're pretty good. It was the opposite with you guys for me. I saw you guys live for the first time. No idea who you were. Your stage presence is amazing. You sound
Thank
amazing
you.
live. I think you sound equal, if not better, live, which is a huge compliment.
That is like the
love
ultimate goal for sure. At least vocally, like to sound as close as we do on the record, if not better, is for sure.
And you
the
get
goal.
to see it on 727.
Oh, dude, I'm so excited because like I watch your TikToks, I watch the reels, like your social media game is on point, and you got a lot of listens on your music, and so now all of that, I'm excited to see it come full circle. Like, can you do it live on stage? And so for people who are coming out to see you for the very first time, what can they expect?
I think, at least speaking personally, I always train and do a lot of like vocal preparation before each show. I try to do as early as I can, just like vocal stamina, because I like to be bouncing around. I like to shake my booty a little bit during Dancing with Ghosts. And I think it's important to, you know, keep the energy up. And that's one thing that with this next show, I've gotten quite the head start on like my stamina and endurance and everything. So I'm excited to just like freaking party.
My wife's favorite song is Dancing with Ghosts.
Is it really?
She yesterday, she's like, you have to listen to this one. I was like, okay. And I was like, oh, shit, okay, yeah, okay, gotcha.
That's a fun one.
Yeah.
That's a good one live too. That
Yeah,
was
it's super
a really
fun.
fun one live.
Now, Mary and Mac,
Yes.
brother and sister. A lot of people
Correct.
don't know that.
Yeah,
They're
I
just
guess
discovering
so.
this. What's it
Yeah.
like to be in a band together?
It's all I've ever known. Seriously, me and Mac have done music together. We've always been best friends. I mean, all of our baby pictures and everything, it's always me and him just kind of being little hooligans together. And then when our family, we were also born in Texas. Tanner mentioned that he was born in Texas, and we were also born in way deep South Texas. And we moved here in 2008. And during that time when we had 0 friends, all we had was each other and music. It was like, oh, we're pretty good at this, and we can spend a lot of time doing it since we don't have friends. So let's make some music
Is it like
together.
a Billie Eilish, Phineas kind of relationship?
100%. That's
I get those vibes right away.
like it's like a punk version of Billy and Phineas for sure.
Dude, what? Good question.
Yes. I don't know
yeah.
what their age difference, like what their gap is, but we have 2 years between us. He's 2 years older than me, so.
It's the biggest blessing having Mary, honestly, as someone who
I'm gonna
writes
cry.
music, but can't really. I mean, I can sing okay, but obviously not near as good as Mary can. So to be able to write stuff, and then like throughout high school and everything, I would write stuff on the piano, show it to her, and she would
Execute.
yeah, with lyrics and singing. And then finding people where we can bring it to full band, because that's always been the vision. It was like finding people.
He would sit at the piano, and I could just see his little wheels turning, and like, don't you hear the guitar? I'm like, yeah, dude, for sure. Like, and then I hear just like, I'm like, yeah, no, dude, for sure. We'll do that.
That's how it is in the studio, because I don't know how to read or write sheet music. It's just I've taught myself how to play all by ear, and so whether I'm explaining to Drew what I envision for drums, it's just all vocal stuff. If you were to see me, it like looks like I'm having a stroke, just like and then same when explaining stuff on the guitar, like
That's a big reason why we're called Feel Good, is because none of us really know how to read or write music. We just play what feels good.
I love that. So
Good one.
this is no bullshit. You can ask him this too. When I sent Sean that song by Go Radio, I was like, you and Mary should do a piano song together.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize you played piano that well. So you see how I speak shit into existence.
It's
dude.
happening.
And
It's happening.
Sean was like, dude, I would be 100% down to do that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, outside of their show that we all went to together, we that was like our parting words is, we'll do something together.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I mean it too. Like I totally
mean,
would.
It would be cake too. We're right in the same spot. Like, dude, like if it's whether it's original or a cover, like.
I think you need to do an original. I told him exactly. I was like, you guys need your It Means a Lot to You Day to Remember song and get Mary on that shit and feel good.
Yeah.
Mary did a cover of that with Public Figure.
With Public Figure, that
And
was super fun.
That was really cool. Because
Yeah.
it's the first time I ever heard Mary like live, not playing next to her, and that was sick. Yeah, in the crowd. I was
That's
like,
dope.
that's what this is like. That's so cool. It's like, you never get it from that side. It was super cool. That'd be fun. We should just take one of your piano ideas because he has thousands.
I was gonna
Shit,
say
dude.
we have I
mean, stuff I
whole
haven't
library.
even tracked yet. It's the muse, man. I just get like bit by this muse bug, and I'll have 2 or 3 months at a time where I'm just constantly sitting at the piano, and because I have an upright in the basement, so I'll just sit, and drives my wife crazy because we have kids, and so sometimes I'll just stamp her on down to the basement and be playing. That's the easiest way to find where my wife is in the house. If I start playing the piano, she'll be like, Mac, and need me for something.
So let's wrap this up with the show coming up. 4 Winds, man. That lineup, I don't know the full lineup. Obviously, I know 2 of them. You guys and the homies Alyeska. Who else is playing with you guys that night?
King ISO will be on the main stage that night, I think.
Say
right?
it's a huge.
I mean, it's just a Reverb that night. Who's did you know?
and Reverb?
I don't know. They didn't tell us like exactly who's. I know Alyeska will be on with us. Is Public Figure? No, the Fox Paul will be in the South Dakota one.
I want to say Virgin Mary Pistol Grip might
They might be, yeah.
on it.
Yeah, they might be actually.
We're really good at this question.
I was gonna say
We
It's-
just know
you know
Feel
what?
Good and Alyeska,
It's
so we're
on a
stoked.
I was gonna say
flyer.
that's what we're most excited for.
Yeah, that I mean, on the flyer, it's like you got to be like.
There's like 25 million bands, dude.
It's like wild. I was like, yeah,
It's gonna
I
be a
don't
night
know.
packed of fun.
It will be.
No,
yeah.
we're super excited though. It's gonna be really fun.
I don't think I've ever been to Reverb.
That was
Have
where
you?
we did our very first show.
Yeah, our very first show was emo night.
Emo night at Reverb.
Ironically, wasn't Derek Sanders?
Derek
there?
Sanders was
Yeah.
Yeah.
performing at the waiting room
was
side.
DJing.
So
Manifest it.
Get it.
yes,
Get it.
That's true.
Uh-oh.
You're gonna hit
He's
him
making
up.
What are you doing?
Send an email.
He's sending an email. He's going to make it happen.
things are
It's
happening.
happening on the spot.
Things are in motion.
We have a song called, and talking about Mayday Parade,
Yeah.
we have a song that's called,
Old Mayday vibes.
Old
I was going to
Mayday
say
vibes.
Alone But Not Lonely, and then in parentheses, Old Mayday Vibes.
Yeah.
Because it does kind of, it's reminiscent of
So as big
vibes.
Mayday fans, can we definitely hear that on 727? I mean, we wouldn't be against it.
Ooh.
We wouldn't be against it.
I want you guys to cover Miserable at Best on 727.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. I would.
That would be cool.
Play that on.
That or Oh Well would be dope too.
Yeah.
You guys do a Mayday Parade cover on 727.
I think we'd
That'd be my
murder it.
request.
That'd be cool.
I'm sure you have some
uh,
that you
if you do
practice
like a-
too.
Yeah.
We've talked about
Surprisingly,
Jersey
yeah.
a lot. We've talked about covering Jersey.
Yeah, Jersey would be a good one.
They kill that shit live.
Yeah.
Did any of you go to Iowa's for Lovers last year? I can't remember. Did you say no?
No.
I wanted to.
Didn't have the
Something
chance.
I think Mayday played for like an hour, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And it was like a lot of lessons in romantics.
Best album.
That is for sure the band that I've seen on stage more. I mean, it's over like 12 or 13 times that
I
we've seen
legit
them. So.
begged Alex to play Stay live. I was like, can you
Really?
please play Stay tonight? And he was like, no. No. I was like, but you're playing Oh Well, right? And he was like, yeah, we're opening with that. And I was like, all right, cool. That's cool then. That'll work. So,
Yeah.
man, we are, I will be at both shows. I will be at the Reverb, and then I will also obviously be at 727.
Yes.
We are stoked you guys agreed to play that, man.
Yeah. We're super glad that you're on board. We can't wait to see you live, put you in front of like new faces and win them
Yes.
over and do what you guys do best. I mean, document everything. I love that you guys are doing this. Like what you guys just have like I don't know how to, it's like a well-oiled machine, but you seem so young. Like you just work so well together, and I'm excited for like what you guys are going to be doing. So, I mean, the hard work doesn't go unnoticed, like from the songs to the music to the video to the pictures to don't forget your musicians as well. I mean, god darn, like you guys just got it going on. So we're really excited you're going to play the bash, and I think that's just the beginning of what's to come.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having us. This has been really cool. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Until the